I just quickly want to share this with all the parents out there, especially if you're maybe in a place where you feel like you've failed your children in some way, or you feel that you're not a good parent, not a good mom, not a good dad. You're feeling guilty. Maybe you have some regrets. This is something that I've learned in my life, being a life coach, doing mentoring and counseling for many parents, and also having many friends with teenage children, and being a mom of triplets and having teenagers myself. What I've realized through all the sessions and counseling that I've done, and also in my own life, is that when our kids needs us the most, we often go through the worst time of our own life. We experiencing things that we have to really buckle down and get through. So when we go through the worst times in our lives, where we either go through a divorce, or there's a big crisis in your life, or there's just something happening in your life where you do not have the strength to deal with anything else but this situation, that's usually when your child needs you the most. And so you end up failing them in some way, not being able to be there for them, not being able to be the best that you can be there for them. And there's a reason for that. The reason is that it is designed like that. It is programmed like that, so that your child can learn to become independent, strong, save themselves, become resourceful, develop strength and determination and endurance. And so I've seen it over and over in my own life, that the times that I felt my kids probably needed me the most, I couldn't be there for them because I was just holding on for dear life in my own situation, in my own crisis. And so that is when we start feeling like we failed our children and we should have been better parents, and then we become very hard on ourselves, and we hold on to guilt, and we hold on to regret, and that's where we as parents are learning self-forgiveness, self-love, self-compassion. We're learning self-control, and we're learning to just forgive and love ourselves and accept ourselves on a much deeper level. And our children are learning to be there for themselves, to figure out the solution to their own problems. Now, sometimes our children can get stuck in blaming us, just like we could have gotten stuck in blaming our parents, thinking that they weren't there for us, they didn't do their best, and they should have been there for us. But each individual needs to learn to take full responsibility for their own lives and accountability, and realize that you are actually creating your own reality. And when you get stuck in blaming other people, you're powerless. And when you get stuck in blaming yourself, you diminish and limit yourself. So through this whole process, we are all learning and growing and becoming the best versions of ourselves. And so depending on which side you are, you have to learn to forgive others, and you have to learn to forgive yourself. And the whole journey is about just accepting and loving yourself for wherever you're at, and to have deep compassion for yourself and others.